Every week, Tim Derns does features on our two professional counties, that's Sussex and Surrey. He also tells the best stories from the club leagues as well as the women's leagues, and he tries to go behind the scenes at a grassroots club to find out what they're doing to provide sport for their local area. And tonight, he sent us this report from Frimley Phoenix Cricket Club.
Yes, good evening, Jackie. As you've been mentioning, it is absolutely perfect cricket weather, and that is where I am this evening. I've come to a club. We spoke last year on the cricket show to so many clubs that were celebrating massive anniversaries. Broadbridge Heath, 250 years old. Next week or so, Haywards Heath celebrate 125 years. Often you've got the traditional cricket pavilion, sepia black and white photos showing people playing 150 years ago, whatever. But I'm at a very modern club, a club that is actually in its second year. Rob Fryer is the chairman. Rob, good evening. Beautiful evening for it. Thank you for having me here. And why the new club?
Good evening. Well, it's really about an inclusive club of how we could perhaps do things slightly different. A modern club using modern technology, and perhaps in a different era. When we started, we were in the middle of COVID, so it was very difficult to obviously get out and about at that time. So it was all about how we could launch a new club with new ideas that was inclusive for people with disabilities, visually impairment, how we could bring a ladies team in, a thriving ladies team to cricket for, and at an affordable price as well.
What were the problems for traditional clubs to do all that without knocking them? I mean, that's quite a lot of change. Is that it? Or?
Well, I think it is difficult. I think you have normally, stronger personalities in certain clubs, and they may well lead the way. And there's a tradition of pecking order, if you like, throughout the ranks of lots of clubs that I've played for, in the past, and it works very adequately. I think by doing something different, we brought specialists in who were experts in their field, and therefore that's enabled us to do so much so quickly, because we're not really looking for a power struggle. Everyone is an expert in their field and delivering on what their responsibilities are.
We're here on the Surrey-Hampshire border. How was it to find a venue?
It was fine. We had almost a footprint here as well, but we're also back in the Frimley area. We're back in Frimley Green, where our ladies play their matches, and so do both our Colts teams. So we spread it between this as our ground for our adult cricket, and then for the ladies and youths are at Frimley Green, back home, if you like.
You've mentioned so many diverse areas that you deal with. It's a lot to deal with. You must have a lot of hard-working, talented volunteers who are trying to make this work, and a big new project in the area.
Yes, absolutely. As I said, you certainly can't do it on your own, and you certainly don't know it all. So we get a great deal of support from Surrey as well, from the Surrey Foundation, and a lot of other supporting areas within the county. And also, being a registered charity as well gives us an opportunity that brings more profile to the club. So where we get involved in projects and things to help out the community, it gives us quite a bit of profile.
Well, I was going to touch on that because it seems that so many projects are now available. The youngsters, you've got a Chance to Shine, you've got the All-Stars, the Dynamos. There are all these projects where people can come to you and help you. That there are monies and staff and coaches and opportunities that weren't available 10, 20, 30 years ago.
No, that's true. And you do need an army of volunteers. So a lot of our volunteers are actually a lot of our Colts, where they've gone on a support workers course, or they've actually gone as an activator for Dynamos or All-Stars, and they come out and, if you like, share their wares with the youngsters. So it really works. We are a family club. We have daughters that play, mothers that play, sons, dads. It's a mixture of everything. So it's all for one and one for all, really. Everyone gets involved. Everyone takes a role, and it's all for volunteering. So,
and finally, how important is it that cricket clubs do evolve, that they're ready for the 21st century and all the diversities that society provide?
I think it's very important, because I think it's not just for now, but you can't even stand still now. We've brought in YouTube, so we're live streaming our matches. We have someone that does the editing, which I know you'll speak to later on. So they have highlight packages that go out, interviews. So we try and make it as fun as possible, but we don't take ourselves too seriously. So it is absolutely crucial to diversify and continue to grow and continue to be inclusive. Otherwise, it becomes stale.
Well, the wind's picking up a bit. That could be interesting later with the ball's flight. Yeah, we'll talk to the social media guru, to one of the youth academy coaches, to the women's team, Jackie, and all that will be packaged up and will be on the first cricket show of the season. That's Tuesday nights now between 9 and 10 o'clock with myself, Tim Durrans. Thank you very much indeed, Rob, for having us this evening.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tim. That's Tim Durrans reporting from Frimley Phoenix Cricket Club, and he says he's back with the first episode in the new